Have you ever checked your bank account and thought, wait, did I accidentally subscribe to Broke Life Premium? You're working hard, doing all the right things, but hitting that six-figure savings goal just feels like a complete fantasy, right? Well, here's the absolute truth. Getting to your first $100,000 isn't some VIP club just for trust fund kids. It is the exact tipping point where your money finally starts working a whole lot harder than you do.
And look, hitting those six figures, it's not about extreme sacrifice, and it's definitely not about trying to solve some complicated math problem. It's more like this. Think of your finances as a bucket. Right now, most folks are pouring their hard-earned cash into a bucket that's got massive holes in the bottom. You can pour money in there all day long, but without the right systems, you're still going to end up with nothing. Building real wealth is simply a strategic system to plug those leaks and hit the gas on your growth.
There's a reason Warren Buffett's longtime business partner, the late Charlie Munger, famously said, the first $100,000 is the hardest. Why? Well, because in the beginning, you're the one doing all the heavy lifting. Every single dollar in that account came directly from your sweat, your day job, or your side hustle. But the second you cross that 100K threshold, bam, compound interest really activates. Suddenly, a 10% annual return isn't just a couple of extra bucks, it's 10 grand of pure growth. That is when your investments step up to the plate and completely rewrite your financial trajectory. So let's dive into our first major pillar, maximizing your workplace benefits and optimizing earned income.
Okay, let's talk taxes. They are one of your biggest expenses, right? Yet we honestly spend more time deciding what morning coffee to order than we do figuring out how to minimize our tax burden. Let's put this into perspective. If you're in the 22% tax bracket here in the US and you invest $1,000 into a traditional 401k, that actually only reduces your take-home pay by $780. The government is essentially handing you an instant $220 discount just for funding your own future. It's literally a built-in discount on building your wealth.
And speaking of optimizing your income, there are millions of Americans leaving literal free money on the table every single year by ignoring their employer 401k match. Let's break down the math real quick. Say you make $50,000 and your boss offers a 50% match up to 6%. If you contribute $3,000, your employer just tosses in another $1,500, free and clear. That's an unbeatable, guaranteed 50% return on day one, before the stock market even opens its doors. Refusing this, it's honestly like tossing a winning lottery ticket right into the trash.
Moving right along to our next phase, the smart investing playbook, or as I like to call it, automating the engine.
Once you've got that money saved up, it's time to let capitalism do the heavy lifting for you. Here is the ultimate wealth engine. Rule 1, buy broad market index funds. Specifically, track the S&P 500, so you instantly own a tiny piece of America's 500 most successful companies. Rule 2, ignore market timing. You've got to avoid the elevator trap. If you try to time the market and miss just the 10 best trading days over a 30-year stretch, your overall returns get cut almost in half, no joke. And Rule 3, keep those investment fees low. A 1% fee versus a 0.1% fee might look like pocket change, but over a lifetime, that tiny difference secretly compounds against you, costing literally hundreds of thousands of dollars. Just look at a century of data for the S&P 500. When you set things up to automatically reinvest your dividends, basically using the cash they pay you to buy more shares, the historical average return sits right at 10.7% annually. But if you decide to cash out those dividends to spend today, your return completely tanks down to just 6.6%. Resisting that instant gratification and reinvesting those dividends is the absolute secret sauce. It creates this massive snowball effect that you absolutely need for serious, long-term compound growth.
All right, next up, beating the lifestyle trap. This is all about expanding your means and resisting lifestyle creep.
So the ultimate wealth trap is inflating your lifestyle the second you get a promotion. You know how it goes. You go from making 40K to 50K and suddenly you feel like you deserve that shiny new car upgrade. Before you know it, you're making twice as much money as you used to, but you're still living paycheck to paycheck. The golden rule to break this vicious cycle: whenever you get a raise, immediately set up an automatic transfer to invest at least 50% of that new money. Do not even let it hit your checking account, or I promise you, you'll find a way to spend it.
Which brings us to a total game changer. Let's look at the ultimate housing hack, also known as the big swing.
For most of us, standard housing eats up a whopping 40 to 60% of our monthly income. At that rate, you're essentially working day in and day out just to keep a roof over your head. The goal here is to ruthlessly target a housing cost of under 30%. Whether that means getting some roommates, house hacking a multi-unit property, or even temporarily relocating to a cheaper area, Pulling this off frees up an unbelievable amount of capital that you can funnel straight into your investments.
Let's walk through the staggering math on this one. Say you make a strategic, temporary sacrifice and cut your rent from $2,000 down to $1,200. Boom, that frees up $800 a month. If you invest that $800 every single month over 2 decades at a 10% return, that one single lifestyle tweak adds over $500,000 to your net worth. $500,000. And hey, this doesn't mean living like a broke college student forever. It just means making a temporary sacrifice to build a financial foundation that is completely unshakable.
And finally, we arrive at unstoppable financial momentum, the snowball effect.
When you actually combine all of this, optimizing your taxes, grabbing that employer match, keeping those pesky fees low, reinvesting your dividends, and hacking your housing costs, you create genuine, unstoppable financial momentum. That path to your first $100,000 becomes an inevitable snowball rolling down a mountain rather than just some pipe dream. You see, saving shouldn't ever be viewed as a financial prison. The reality is, every single dollar you save today is a literal gift to your future self. You're out there purchasing your future freedom and security. So the one question you have to ask yourself today